Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Canadian SME Small Business Podcast. I'm Maheen, and in this podcast, we will explore small business strategies, innovations, and success stories from industry leaders. Today, we'll be discussing how digital marketing, e commerce, and analytics can help small businesses thrive in today's competitive market. Our guest today is Abdo Mazloum, founder and CEO of Webtmize, a digital marketing expert with extensive experience in SEO, SEM, and business growth. Abdul has held leadership roles at SSENSE Beyond the Rack and OPM Pros before founding Webtmize in 2018. And he's here to share key insights on leveraging digital strategies for small business success. Abdul, welcome to the podcast. We're honored to have you today. How are you?
Thank you, Mahin. Honored to be here as well.
Very pleased to have you. And again, thank you for joining us. Now, the digital marketing is our focus today, and it is often seen a very challenging area for small businesses, given the limited resources and a crowded online space. However, with the right strategy, even the small efforts can yield big results. Can you please tell us how small businesses can navigate the digital marketing landscape effectively, and what are some key strategies they should focus on to maximize their online presence?
Sure, yeah. The first step for any business is to really have a developed brand strategy, the mission, the vision, really what's the brand about, what's their why behind doing any business. And once that's understood by the people marketing, whether it's an agency or done by someone in-house, really understanding the why of the business, then you add in all the tactics, such as doing an email marketing campaign with automated flows, really scoping that out. I'm not going to get into the specifics, but just to give quick highlights, the email marketing campaign, the SEO strategy, really like the type of content you want to produce, optimizing the structure of the site on the technical side too. And then you can get into external backlinking and SEO, where you get publishers or bloggers or influencers to drive traffic and backlinks to you. Then if there's a budget, absolutely you should start a paid search and a paid social campaign. Depending on the type of business, I can give examples after. But some businesses may do better on the social side, others will do better on the search side. Really understanding the type of business, the type of product or service that the business is selling, and then tailoring a marketing strategy around that.
Right. And that's a great point, especially when it comes to being resourceful and targeted in your approach. And speaking of resourcefulness, what would be your advice on prioritizing digital marketing tactics for small businesses with a limited budget?
Yeah. Again, as I said, it has to be custom built. I'd say, custom built to the specific business. Let's say a beauty brand, selling makeup, right? Right now, a lot of people, are active on social media, showing how to use that makeup, the benefits of that makeup, the way it looks. It's very visual as well. So social media should be part of the strategy for a product like that. Another product would be like or a software could be like an HR software, or something specific like an API integration. For example, we use Supermetrics as a tool as a connector to multiple platforms like Shopify, HubSpot, so on and so forth. I'd say this is more of a search strategy. Like someone could search for API connector to Shopify, and they land on that site. So it makes more sense to do more of a search strategy for something too specific versus something that is more visual, whether it's a makeup brand or a fashion product, whether it's boots or jackets. It really depends on the business, and you have to custom build a strategy around the type of product or service that you'll be marketing.
Well, thank you for those insights, Abdo. It's always valuable to really understand how small businesses can maximize their efforts with the right tactics. And listeners, digital marketing isn't just about being visible. It's really about reaching the right people at the right time. And even small strategic efforts can lead to big results. So up next, we'd love to dive into the e-commerce and how digital marketing strategies align with boosting online sales for small businesses. But before that, I just wanted to highlight a key point. E-commerce really offers small businesses vast opportunities to reach wider audiences, but success comes from really understanding your customers and using data to optimize your strategies. Abdo, in your experience, what role does data play in shaping the success of small e-commerce businesses, and what are some key metrics that they should be looking at?
It's super important. I mean, data I'd say, is everything when it comes to e-commerce. Maybe not everything, but like an essential piece of the puzzle. You know, if you're not measuring, how would you know what type of tactics are actually working for you? There's a saying in marketing where I'm spending so much money on marketing, and maybe half of my budget is wasted, but I don't know which half, right? So the beauty of e-commerce is that many or most of the touch points are tracked, from the time of an impression or a click all the way to add to cart, initiate checkout, and a purchase. In today's world, this is still possible. Things may get complicated in the future, but data is super important. You have to make sure that you're tracking with pixels, with first-party data as well, on the server-side tracking. GA4 is definitely a great free tool by Google. You can obviously upgrade if you're a big business. You can upgrade the GA360, which you have to pay premium for, but most small businesses are okay with GA4. Having that well set up in place, is essential to measure, infer some insights from that tool, report back, and take decisions based on those insights. And those decisions are definitely data driven.
Right. No, you're absolutely right. It's very interesting how much can be learned just by paying attention to analytics. But on that note, Abdul, what tools or platforms would you recommend for small business owners who are just starting to explore analytics for their e-commerce ventures?
Yeah. So again, GA4 is a free tool. There's other tools out there that could be costly. There's Adobe Analytics, there's Piwik, and most of the advertising platforms offer their own analytics tools as well. And some of the e-commerce platforms like Shopify, they offer their own analytics module. So leveraging any tools that are at your that is accessible for you, using that, you can extract it, put it into one place. We use BigQuery as a data warehouse, extracting data from multiple platforms, merging it together, and then visualizing it on one visualization tool like Looker Studio, also by Google, Tableau, Power BI. These are all examples of tools that any business could use to get an insights and to take decisions, data-driven decisions for the businesses.
No, thanks, Abdul. Data is a powerful tool when it's used right. And for listeners exploring e-commerce, understanding your data is a first step to optimizing your strategy. Our next topic will really cover digital marketing best practices for driving sales and engagement, because digital marketing isn't just about being online, as we discussed, earlier, and put some emphasis on. It's really about making your presence impactful. And in this segment, we'd love to explore strategies that drive sales and engagement for small businesses. Abdul, what digital marketing tactics have you seen work particularly well for driving both sales and engagement? And are there any underutilized strategies that small businesses should be aware of?
The basics, so doing the basic marketing strategies as paid search, paid social, SEO. If your product is on Amazon, doing some Amazon optimization, following the Amazon recommendations, doing Amazon sponsored ads, display ads. We've seen a lot of success with these tactics. Email marketing, so email marketing campaigns, doing promotions for your customers on key events, doing automated flows as well. Affiliate marketing could be a tool, but I'd say this is when you scale up and you have enough traction in your business, then you can add in affiliate marketing. Generally, these things, and back again, working around brand, having a good brand strategy, a nice campaign, really showing what your brand is all about. and what's the advantage, the benefits, the key benefits of selling your product or service to the target audience. That's the most essential. Underutilized tactics, I'm not so sure. In today's world, everything is accessible to everybody. You can just Google or ask ChatGPT for a question about marketing strategies, and you're gonna have a ton of ideas. And oftentimes people don't know where to start. So it really depends.
Yeah, I love the emphasis on being creative with content. But Abdu, should small businesses focus more on short-term content like social media posts, or is there still value in long-term content like blogs and case studies?
Yeah, both are very important. Both are very important. It goes back to my idea about depending on the type of business or service. Short form content may work very well for a CPG product, and long form content for something technical. If you're selling some kind of electrical equipment and it's very technical, and there's a lot of specifications, a lot of key benefits and considerations for a specific product, that is, as I said, quite technical and useful, and there's guarantees and so on and so forth, and installation manuals. So it could work out. I think both work out depending on the type of product or service that you're advertising or marketing.
No, you're right. Content is key when done with purpose. And listeners, please remember your content is the voice of your brand. Make it authentic, engaging, and something that truly speaks to your audience. Next, we'll dive into the challenges small businesses face in the digital marketing and how to overcome them because, we really want to learn ways that are cost effective, that are targeted, and that are data driven. And every small business, they're facing these unique challenges, and we want to, kind of highlight through your experience. So, what are the top three challenges small businesses face when it comes to digital marketing, and how can they address these obstacles?
Yeah, very good question. I'd say money is probably one of the biggest challenges for a small business. Having the necessary budgets to try different things, to learn from that. So that's one. The time, the time that you have to do so many things. You have an abundance of strategies to test and learn from. And the last one would be expertise. The know-how. Do you know how to really effectively run this specific type of campaign, doing it properly, measure it properly, and then take decisions based on the testing that you've done, the experiments that you've run. These are the three main ones I'd say that first come to mind.
Right. I mean, wait, I think I lost my. Okay, perfect. Three, two, one. So that's really comprehensive. I see, like, we can see how understanding these challenges and having a plan to overcome them is critical for success. But would you say it's more beneficial to hire an external agency or build an in house digital marketing team when faced with these challenges?
I mean, I'm biased, right? Like I come from the agency space. I run an agency, so obviously I'm going to say it's best to work with an agency because an agency has the expertise and the knowledge and the know-how, and they have insider information because we have our partnerships with Google, Meta, TikTok. We're already connected with a lot of the networks, so we have that accessibility to information and to the latest trends available out there. However, we've seen clients start off with an in-house team. It could work. It could work if you have the right person and they're pretty versatile and a generalist where they can do many things. They're not necessarily specialized in one thing. The advantage of an agency is that you have people who are specialized in search, people specialized in social, people specialized in SEO, in email, in affiliates, so on and so forth. That's the advantage of an agency where you have a well-rounded team, individuals who are specialized in different fields. In-house, if you have the budget to hire a stellar team and build your own agency in-house, great. That could definitely work out. So
No, that's great advice, Abdo. Knowing when to seek help and when to build those in-house, when to build in-house can make all the difference. Now, in our final segment, we'll explore the future of digital marketing and how small businesses can stay ahead, because digital marketing is constantly evolving with new technologies and trends emerging regularly. And for small businesses, staying ahead of the curve can be both exciting and challenging. Now, looking ahead, Abdo, what do you see as a future of digital marketing, and how can small businesses position themselves to take advantage of these trends?
Well, the overused acronym AI is everywhere. So I think there's a lot of change happening in our field, and I believe it's only going to get better. So the leveraging AI tools, whether it's ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, any of those available tools out there, to accelerate the learnings and the decision making by uploading information. These tools, they process heaps of text and images and videos and spreadsheets, and they can give you back answers to a lot of your questions after prompting those tools. I'd say that's where things are going to keep getting better, and that's where the future holds. And marketing will become even smarter and more specific and better targeted as time goes by, and these tools become smarter and smarter every day.
You're right. It's very fascinating to hear about where digital marketing is heading, and with advancements in AI and personalization, the future does seem very promising. Now, Abdul, how important is it for small businesses to continuously invest in learning and adapting to new marketing techniques?
Very important, very essential. Things are going by so fast, and there's always new emerging tools and technologies out there. If you're not at the forefront, you're not there learning, reading, testing, then the train will go by so fast that you can't keep up. So it's definitely very important. As business owners, you should keep informed, read a lot of the marketing news, a lot of the tech news out there, what strategies you can implement for your business, test them, test them at a small scale before expanding and spending more. Learn, what actually works for your business, what's the sweet spot. And as you learn that, do it, replicate it, reiterate, and try to scale it until you see diminishing returns. Once you have diminishing returns, slow down, make adjustments, and then keep going at it.
Although your insights today have been invaluable, and digital marketing is a fast evolving field, is what we learned today. And it's exciting to see how small businesses can use it for growth. Now let's quickly reflect on some key takeaways from our discussion. And to do that, Abdul, before we end and let you go, what is that one piece of advice that you'd like to give to our small business owners that are looking to make the most out of their digital marketing efforts?
Great. So what we covered today, so measurement is very important. Make sure you measure all your campaigns properly. Have someone who can read that data that you've collected, make insights of that data, and then take decisions based on that data and reiterate over and over again until you hit that sweet spot.
Thank you so much, Abdul, for sharing your valuable expertise and insights with us today. It's been a pleasure to have you on the podcast. Thank you.
Thank you as well.
Listeners, today we had the pleasure of speaking with Abdo Mazloum, the CEO of Webtmize, about the digital marketing, e-commerce, and the future of analytics for small businesses. We hope that you found this episode as enlightening as we did. We'd also like to thank our partners, RBC, UPS, Constant Contact, IAG, and Google for their continued support. Please be sure to visit our website, CanadianSME.ca, to subscribe to Canadian SME Small Business Magazine for more insightful content. Again, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next episode. Until then, please stay inspired and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Thank you.